Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wa Brakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. Pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well, including you women, to the dead in Yahweh Shai as well. And the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel, none of this would even be possible. Let's touch on Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. So we're coming into some pretty terrible times. And the times that we're coming into are going to be so terrible that no time before it has ever been comparable. We cannot compare anything from our history that we've gone through the history of Esau, through the history of Moab, through the history of Ham. No other nation could have, done something comparable to what's coming. That's how bad it is going to be. Okay? It's going to be a very serious time. And with that thought comes the mentality of, well, what about my children? Seeing it's going to be bad, especially in the thought of a woman who may not have the same amount of faith. She may consider in her mind, well, not taking the Judgment 9 injection, what would they do to my children? Seeing that, these times are going to be that bad. Well, we'll get into that. Alas, for that day is great. When that time comes, which we're already in the time of Jacob's trouble, but when it intensifies, when it amps up, when the engines get the revving up and all that, and it's go mode, people are going to be tempted on high levels because people's lives are going to be on the line. And when people's lives are on the line, people do things that they may not normally do. That's why we got to hope and pray that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai not give us over to any temptation above we can handle. Okay? So that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So we understand it's going to be an evil time. But it also says in this one verse, he shall be saved out of it. So that's showing you there's going to be a deliverance during the time of Jacob's trouble. Not everybody is going to just drop dead and, get caught up in the clutches of Yeehaw. All right? There's going to be an election to be delivered. Some of the elect may even have to be martyrs. But ultimately, and when I say elect, I'm speaking of men, women, and even children. Whoever the Lord deems in those times to be a martyr. But understand that even those who have to be martyred are not going to suffer a long, excruciating, and painful death like others in this world will have to go through. But ultimately, understand that the Lord is going to deliver us, deliver our children, deliver our households, okay, if we be of his. And even being of his, some may have to be martyred again. There is no lose, okay? You have to have faith in that. Even being a martyr, you're actually being saved because you're being took out of this body and finally given peace, okay? Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 2 in verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh. During the time of Jacob's trouble, it's going to be a very heavy time. To see a lot of death, whether it be strangers, people you don't know, hearing about people you know and have cared about, whether you heard it or you've seen it, that's going to be really heavy. It can make you weary. It can make you fearful, especially being a woman who, being the weaker vessel, being faced with death all around you, that can make you weak. That can make you weary. But if you are doing what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua asks of you, you should be confident in that. Okay? Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So during the time of Jacob's trouble, when you see a lot of our people, going through all sorts of just brutal judgments, man, you're going to be protected. You're going to be looked upon with favor. If the Lord finds favor upon you, if you were set up from the beginning to be one of those people, to be one of those men, women, or children. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, and that's coming during the time of Jacob's trouble, okay? Others shall weep and be sorrowful, so we're going to see a lot of our people weeping and sorrowful. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So this is coming from the scriptures. So this is a promise. This isn't this isn't someone selling you a dream just to tell you something, just to pacify you for your attention for a short time. No, this is a promise. During the time of Jacob's trouble, the elect of the nation of Israel, the elect man, woman, and child, they're going to be looked upon with favor by the same one who is actually controlling it, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So those who are laughing now, they're going to cry later. And those who are catching hell and going through it now, okay, they're going to have abundance and be merry during those times. Hell, you already have brothers merry and rejoiceful now during the time of this Judgment 9 outbreak. All right. Let's see, where was I at? Okay. Verse 28. The heathen, 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 28. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. And you're going to see a lot of heathens looking upon you like, who in the hell does this person think they are? They don't want to take the vaccine and blah, 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 blah. But why is it that they seem okay? They seem happy. They don't seem bothered by what's going on. Man, I wish I could feel like that. It's going to cause a lot of these other nations to be envious towards you when they see the Lord working through you and working for you. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord. So you women who believe, it's okay. All you have to do is believe in the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. I know, when you hear some videos, you might get offended. You being the woman, you are the weaker vessel. The Lord did make us different in his creation. He made us different for a reason, which goes back to the saying, opposites attract. So although you might hear men speaking rough and speaking of judgment, we also talk about mercy. When we speak of the elect, we're speaking of you women too. The elect are not just men. The elect are men, women, and children. So to you women out there, you believe in these words. You have a fear in the Lord. You believe that Jacob's trouble is going to be a time of great judgment. You believe that the bark of the beast, all right? I say it like that so the algorithm doesn't pick it up. But you know that the bark of the beast is the RFID chip, which stands for radio frequency identification device. And the scriptures also tell us not to be ignorant of any of Satan's devices. So you women who believe on these things, you believe you're an Israelite. You believe that you should serve a man. That's your husband. And if you don't have a husband, you're still under a man one way or another. You don't have a problem being humble. And if you do have a problem, you still put yourself into subjection and do it anyway. You're actually trying. And when I say trying, I'm not speaking of those who just say, yeah, I'm trying, but you're not actually doing anything. But actually trying, putting forth effort. All right. The Lord is going to find favor upon you, and he's going to deliver you and your children. Okay. So the Lord is fair. Although these things are coming, we understand it's going to get very, very ugly here in Babylon. But the belief in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that's going to get you through these times to come, which also means you believe that you need a man of the Lord. Okay. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 44 and verse 6. Rich men furnished with ability, living peaceably in their habitations. All these were honored in their generations, and were the glory of their times. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported. And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them. But these were merciful men, whose righteousness hath not been forgotten. With their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance, and their children are within the covenant. So that's what's going to cause your children to be protected. Okay, is doing the will of the Heavenly Father. Because through you, your children can be saved. Your children looking at your actions and how they carry themselves, okay, can cause your children to be delivered, because you have to understand this is all about election. We don't make ourselves the elect. And the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, he's weighing out the intent of men. So even our children can be held accountable based off of their intent. So if they're seeing you live in a certain way and they're under you, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai can be merciful unto them just as he is going to be for you. All right. With their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance, and their children are within the covenant. Their seed standeth fast, and their children for their sakes. Their seed shall remain forever, and their glory shall not be blotted out. Their bodies are buried in peace, but their name liveth forevermore. Okay, so Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to find favor upon the households of those who do his will. Okay? He's not just going to be coming through and standing up just for your everyday average whore or thieving ass nigga, adulterous nigga, okay? Acts 16 and 31. And they said, believe on the Lord, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and thou shalt be saved and thy house. So that goes for your children too, if you have children. So I know you women, you get concerned about your children, and you should. You have men, you get concerned about your children, and you should, because they're your children. You should have concern for them. But you shouldn't be concerned and feeling like they have no protection. They have protection. They have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. In fact, that's more than what you can offer them on yourself. We as parents, we would like to think we can protect our children, but we can't even do what we'd like to do for our children. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is really the one, feeding our children, feeding us, clothing our children. He's going to be the one to save us and our children through the belief of Yahweh Shai, which means you do his will. His will is the Father's will. So ultimately what? We're doing the Father's will. Okay? So it's very important, brothers, that, we teach the word. Because through us teaching this word, the elect are being sealed. Those who the Lord is going to find favor and mercy upon, and upon their households. You have certain people, they actually watch these videos with their family. And they believe. Okay? Which means, through their belief, through their works, they're going to be delivered. They and their household. 1 Corinthians 9 and 16. For though I preach the gospel, which is, how you believe, you got to hear someone preach it, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. So this is necessity that we do this work. All right? If you care about yourself, if you care about your household, it's necessary that you do this work. It's necessary that you believe and you teach others so that they may have the opportunity to believe as well. Okay? I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. So preaching this gospel is life or death. The Most High can kill us and our household if we decided to put our hands to the plow, do the work, and then to stop, seeing that we have people out there that need to be fed this truth, who weren't set up to be prophets and teachers, but they're still going to do works in other ways. Okay? For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. So the Lord can kill us, because we just up and decide to not teach this gospel. How do you think these different households are going to be saved? They're going to be saved through hearing the word. And through hearing the word, they're going to believe it if they be of the Lord. And then that's going to lead to them and their houses being delivered, if that be the Lord's will. Malachi 3 and 14. Ye have said, it is vain to serve the power. But it's not vain, because it's us serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that we are going to deliver. Well, not necessarily we are going to deliver. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to deliver us based off of serving him. So it's not vain to serve the Lord, as some people may think. Oh, what do you do that for? What's the point? I've tried, getting into the Bible. It just wasn't for me. I just didn't have that connection. Even when I tried to pray, it just didn't seem like he was answering my prayers. What is the point of you believing in the scriptures, right? However a person may feel. Ye have said it is vain to serve the power. And what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts? And that's a fool's question. You know in your mind, there's a purpose behind serving the Lord. And if you don't have any other thing to live for, if you don't have any other purpose on why you're in this truth, if you don't have a purpose at all, do it for your family. Do it for your household. Okay? But I would hope in your mind, you're doing it for yourself. Because with doing it for yourself, you save your household. Just like if you were on an airplane and the airplane was going down and the oxygen mask start to come down, you'd be a fool to go around helping other people put on their oxygen mask without first putting yours on. Because in the process of you helping others, you're going to die. So although you care about your household, you care about your family, don't just do it for their sake. Do it for your sake as well. So it is not vain to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is our duty. Everybody's not set up to be a teacher and a preacher. But if you've heard this word and you believe, you're still required to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. And that doesn't mean you're going to perform half the law and get the other half wrong. We get most of it wrong, just period, because we're in this society. But we still rehearse what we can. Okay? And having a sincere heart towards the Lord, having a good conscience towards the Lord, these things are going to help us receive that mercy that we so desire for us and our houses. So I'm going to go on ahead and close it out right there. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Wa Rakakwadash. Shalom.